A child's body is found in a cardboard box. Philadelphia, February 1957. He's been dead for weeks. His hair has been cut recently. His fingernails are trimmed. His body has been washed. Someone took care of him after he died, or before. No one ever claimed him. No one reported him missing. For 67 years, he's had no name. He's just the boy in the box. Another night, another mile, another case that never closed. Tonight, a nameless child, somewhere between 4 and 6 years old, found in Philadelphia, Fox Chase neighborhood, February 25, 1957. He was in a JCPenney bassinet box, wrapped in a blanket. Naked. Dead. Someone put him there, carefully, then walked away, and never came back. This is what we know. February 25, 1957, late afternoon. A young man is checking muskrat traps in the woods off Susquehanna Road, Fox Chase, northeast Philadelphia. Rural area, mostly woods, some houses, not much else. The young man sees something, a cardboard box. Large, lying on its side, about 15 feet from the road, partially hidden by brush. He looks inside, sees something wrapped in a blanket. He doesn't investigate further. He leaves. A few days pass. February 28th. A college student is driving on Susquehanna Road. He sees the same box. The lid is off now. He slows down, looks closer. He sees a small foot, a child's foot. He calls police. Philadelphia police arrive. They examine the scene. Inside the box, a young boy, naked, wrapped in a plaid blanket. His body is thin, malnourished. His hair has been cut. Crudely. Recently. Chunks missing, uneven. His fingernails are clean, trimmed. Someone groomed him. The box is a JCPenney bassinet box. For a baby's cradle. Not typically used for anything else. The boy has been dead for several weeks. Maybe longer. The cold preserved the body. Police search the area, looking for clothing, personal items. Anything. They find a man's cap, blue corduroy nearby, and a child's scarf. Both seem unrelated, but they collect them anyway. The medical examiner performs an autopsy. The boy is between 4 and 6 years old, about 40 pounds, 3 feet 6 inches tall, small for his age, severely malnourished. He has scars, old ones, on his ankle, on his groin, on his chin, signs of long-term abuse. The cause of death, blunt force trauma, multiple blows to the head. He was beaten, died from the injuries. Time of death, estimated mid to late February, maybe earlier. The examiner finds something else. Partially digested food in his stomach, beans, vegetables. His last meal, recently eaten, hours before death. Police photograph the boy, take his fingerprints. They have a body, but no identity. No name, no missing person report matches him. Philadelphia police launch a massive investigation. They distribute flyers with the boy's photo. Post-mortem. They clean him up, make him look as peaceful as possible. The photo is disturbing, but necessary. They distribute 400,000 flyers throughout Philadelphia, throughout Pennsylvania, neighboring states. They contact every hospital, every doctor, every orphanage, every foster home. Did anyone treat a boy matching this description? Did anyone have a child go missing? No one comes forward. They check missing children reports across the country. No matches, no one reported a boy missing. Not in Philadelphia, not anywhere. How is that possible? A child dies, and no one notices? No one reports it. Investigators interview neighbors near the dump site. Did you see anything? Anyone carrying a box? Any suspicious vehicles? A few people remember something. A man driving slowly on Susquehanna Road. Around mid-February. He seemed to be looking for something, or somewhere. He stopped, got out, went into the woods. Briefly, then drove away. But no one got a license plate. No one could describe him clearly. Police check the box, the JCPenney bassinet box. They trace it Cheap pennies sold thousands. In multiple states. Impossible to trace to a specific buyer. They examine the blanket. Blue plaid common. Mass-produced. No identifying marks. They test the boy's hair clippings. Found in the box. Recently cut. Why? To change his appearance. To clean him up after death? Forensic analysis shows something. Traces of a specific soap. Industrial. Not common in households. May be used in institutions. Hospitals. Mental facilities, prisons. Police contact every institution in the region. Any missing children? Any recent deaths? Nothing. Investigators bring in a forensic sculptor. They create a bust. A three-dimensional model of the boy's face. Eyes open lifelike. They display it. At police headquarters. In public spaces. Thousands see it. No one recognizes him. The case goes national. Photos published in newspapers. Across the country. TV coverage. Radio appeals. Still nothing. No one claims him. Years pass. Investigators never give up. They re-interview witnesses. Follow new leads. Re-examine evidence. In 1960, a foster home in the area closes. Investigators search the records. Looking for any boy matching the description. Nothing. In 1998, a woman contacts police. She says she knows who the boy is. She calls herself M. She says her abusive mother killed the boy, bought him from his birth parents, kept him in the basement. Beat him, eventually killed him. Investigators take her seriously. They investigate her claims, interview family members, search properties. The story falls apart. Inconsistencies. No physical evidence. No corroboration. M is deemed unreliable. The lead goes nowhere. In 2002, DNA technology advances. Police exhume the boy's body, extract DNA, create a profile, enter it into databases. No matches. They test for genetic ancestry. The boy appears to be of European descent, possibly German or Eastern European heritage, but that's all they can determine. In 2016, investigators use new genealogical methods. They upload the DNA to public databases, trying to find relatives, distant cousins. Anyone. Nothing. No family tree emerges. It's as if the boy never existed. And this is where the story gets strange. The boy's body was found in February, but he'd been dead for weeks. The medical examiner estimates he died in mid-February, maybe late January. That's winter in Philadelphia. Cold, freezing temperatures. If someone killed him in late January and dumped him in early February, why didn't anyone report him missing? For a child to die and no one notices, he had to be hidden, kept out of sight, not enrolled in school, not seen by neighbors, not registered anywhere. He didn't exist on paper, in records. Anywhere. How? There's another detail. The haircut. Someone cut his hair after he died, or right before. The clippings were in the box with him. Why cut a dead child's hair? To change his appearance, so he couldn't be identified? But if that was the goal, why not just bury him, burn him, dispose of the body completely? Why place him in a box, on the side of the road, where he'd be found? It doesn't make sense. And there's the grooming. His fingernails were trimmed. His body was washed clean. Someone took care of him. After death, wrapped him in a blanket, placed him carefully in the box. That's not the behavior of someone who doesn't care. That's tenderness or guilt or both. Investigators found something else. The scars. Old scars. On his ankle. Consistent with restraints. He'd been tied up. For long periods. The scar on his groin surgical. Possibly from a hernia repair. Crude. Not done in a hospital. Maybe done at home. By someone with medical knowledge. But amateur. The scar on his chin. Older. Healed. From an injury, a fall, or a blow. These scars tell a story. A story of long-term suffering. Of captivity. Of abuse. But they don't tell us who he was. In 2019, forensic genealogy solved other cold cases. The Golden State Killer, Bear Brook victims, Investigators tried it with the boy in the box. They uploaded his DNA to GetMatch, Family Tree, other databases. They waited for matches, distant relatives, third cousins, fourth cousins. Nothing. Not a single match. It's statistically improbable. Everyone has relatives. Somewhere. DNA connects us all. But the boy in the box? No connections. As if he came from nowhere. Someone knew him. Someone fed him his last meal. Someone cut his hair. Someone wrapped him in that blanket. Someone placed him in that box. Someone drove to those woods and left him there. Someone knows who he is. But 67 years later, they've never said a word. Theory 1. He was from an institution, a mental hospital, an orphanage, a place where children could disappear, where records were incomplete or destroyed. This explains why no one reported him missing. Institutions in the 1950s were poorly monitored. Children fell through the cracks. But it doesn't explain the care taken with his body. Institutions wouldn't groom a dead child, wouldn't wrap him carefully. They'd dispose of him quietly. Theory 2. He was kept hidden by a family, a shameful secret, an illegitimate child, born to unmarried parents, kept out of sight, never registered, never documented. This explains the lack of records, the lack of missing person reports. But it doesn't explain the abuse, the scars, the restraint marks. Why keep a child hidden and torture him? Theory 3. He was bought or sold, black market adoption, or trafficking. In the 1950s, this happened. Children sold to families. No legal paperwork, no records. The boy was purchased, mistreated, killed. The family panicked, dumped the body. This explains everything. No records, no missing person report. The abuse, the careful disposal. But there's no evidence, no witnesses, no documentation. Theory 4. He was the victim of a specific person, someone who kept him captive, in a basement. A shed isolated. The woman M claimed this was true. Her mother bought the boy, kept him hidden, beat him, killed him. Investigators couldn't prove it. But what if parts of her story were true, just not about her mother? What if she knew the story, but changed the details? Theory 5. He died accidentally, in an abusive home. The caregivers panicked, couldn't report it. They'd go to jail, so they cleaned him up, cut his hair to change his appearance, wrapped him, disposed of the body, hoped he'd never be identified. This explains the grooming. The care guilt. But it doesn't explain why no one ever came forward. Not in 67 years. Guilt fades. People confess on their deathbeds. But whoever did this took the secret to their grave. Every theory makes sense until you examine it closely. Then nothing makes sense. In the decades after the boy was found, investigators never stopped trying. They kept the case open. Active. Every few years, they'd re-examine the evidence, try new techniques, follow new leads. In 1998, America's Most Wanted featured the case. Millions watched. Tips flooded in. None led anywhere. In 2007, the boy was featured on Cold Case Files. More publicity. More tips. Same result. Nothing. In 2016, the Vidocq Society took on the case. A group of retired investigators, forensic experts, cold case specialists. They reviewed everything, all the evidence, all the interviews, all the theories. They couldn't solve it. In 2019, genealogists tried, using the same methods that solved other cases: DNA, public databases, family trees. They found nothing. No relatives, no connections. The boy remained nameless. In 2022, new forensic imaging technology was used. They created a new facial reconstruction, more accurate, more lifelike, based on the skull. The images were shared online. Millions saw them. No one recognized him. The boy was buried in 1957, Ivy Hill Cemetery, Philadelphia. His gravestone reads, "Heavenly Father, bless this unknown boy." Thousands have visited, left flowers. Toys. Notes. He's not forgotten. Just unknown. Every year, on February 25th, a memorial service is held at Ivy Hill Cemetery. Investigators attend. Former detectives, genealogists, people who've dedicated years to this case. They stand by his grave, and they promise, we won't give up. As of 2026, the boy in the box has been dead for 69 years. His case is still open. Philadelphia police still investigate. The FBI is involved. Genetic genealogists are working on it, but he still has no name. In 2023, a breakthrough seemed possible. New DNA analysis, improved techniques. Investigators were optimistic. They submitted the DNA to multiple labs, tried different databases. Nothing. In 2024, a podcast revisited the case. The Boy in the Box, a Philadelphia mystery. Thousands of listeners. New tips came in. Investigators followed up on everyone. None led to identification. The boy's DNA is in every major database. Nameless. Cod is good match. Family tree. Waiting for a match. Waiting for a relative. Someone. Anyone. He's one of the most investigated unidentified persons in American history. Thousands of hours. Thousands of leads. Millions of dollars. And still nothing. The case has inspired books, documentaries, podcasts, art installations. A play. His story is known, but his name is not. If you have information about the boy in the box, contact the Philadelphia Police Department to 156-868-477 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children 1-800 The Lost. 17 o'clock to 17:30. The road keeps going. The grave stays marked. Unknown boy. Someone put him in that box. Someone knew his name. Someone fed him, bathed him, cut his hair. Someone cared, or pretended to. 69 years later, he's still waiting for someone to say his name. Who was the boy in the box? If you know something about this case, the comments are open. If you want more roads like this, I'll keep driving.